senses to fire the gun. Poorly. That reminds me, the monitor in that room was blaring at the time, yeah? Hardly ideal conditions for tracking by sound. A blind shooter. No wonder he missed. I knew those bullet holes would come back to haunt me. Think, Justice, what do I do now? Raise an objection, sit back and watch. I'll raise an objection. I'm going back on the fact that if he had fired the gun, it would have probably ripped off his arm. Have you seen the shape of the boy? Plus he's a kid. A kid wielding a .45 caliber revolver? Yeah. The recoil would probably, like, knock him out. Sure, there were bullet holes left in the wall, but that doesn't prove the shooter couldn't see. Oh, how so? Well, there could have been a struggle with the victim. That's certainly possible. And it might have been the revolver's fault. The revolver? The revolver was a very large caliber, correct? If the shooter wasn't used to firing such a large weapon, why, it could dislocate their shoulder. Exactly. The defendant, Machi, whatever, is, as you can see, tiny. It's not so hard to picture him firing the gun and missing entirely. The kickback alone would throw off his aim. A convincing argument, to be sure. Haha! Take that, smug prosecution! Apollo, did I just aid them? That sounds like I aided them. Huh? What? That bit about Machi being tiny. And the gun throwing off his aim. Aren't you kind of, admitting that he did it? Oh. Yeah, I thought it sounded a bit weird. It does not matter why he missed. I was going off the fact that he couldn't have done it because of the, the kickback. What matters is that the shooter was, without a doubt, the defendant. Even the defense seems to agree on that point. No, that was... No. That was... You misunderstood my words. Cripes. Jesus, what is this? Danger Mouse? Cheese and crackers. No, that's fucking Wallace and Gromit. What the fuck did they say in Danger Mouse? It was carrots. There were other words. Not why I'm thinking of Danger Mouse, anyway. I really put my foot in it this time. Yeah, you did. Let's get the facts on the matter on the record. Of the matter on the record. If you would, Fraulein Detective. Fraulein, even. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony. Right. So, from the state of the crime scene, I conclude the shooter was blind. What? From the state of the crime scene. Wait. Unless... No, that definitely looks like something was written, and then smudged. Or rubbed out. I thought, when I looked at it, or when you see it in like its little preview photo, it kinda looked like it could have been Bojanese, is that how you say it? It's out of blood, no. And I highly doubt it was him. But more the fact of... The state of the crime scene is what she says, implicates that they were blind. Not true, because the blood was rubbed out. And a blind person would not have been able to know that blood existed. Well, I mean, like, that blood was written on the floor to kind of say who it was that did it. The prosecution holds that the shooter couldn't see. A scientific conclusion based on a thorough examination of the crime scene, yes. Apparently not thorough enough. I have a certain piece of evidence that completely overturns your claim. But what? This is that evidence. The photograph of the crime scene. I don't care much for the smirk on Prosecutor Gavin's face, but this is no time to think twice. Time to press on. Yes, Your Honor. The crime scene. There is something in here that decisively contradicts the prosecution's point. Then perhaps you'd best show us this something. Get your finger out of the breeze and put it to good use, yeah? You got it. Very well. Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Justice. The contradiction at the scene of the crime is... right here. Why would they rub the blood out if they can't see it? The contradiction is right here. The smeared bloodstains. I thought it was just my blurry vision. But it really was blurry. The way the victim's hand is raised above his head. Much like a gesture I have seen many times in this court. Yes, because it's incredibly cliché and overused. It's almost as if he wrote something. Maybe the killer's name. Aha, I get it. At least, I think I get it. Get what, Frau Lane? When Mr. Toulouse was shot, he tried to write something. What would he write but the shooter's name? What would he write it in but his own blood? Pretty good, huh? Thanks for making my point for me. Yes, in fact, that's what I think happened here. That does seem to be a distinct possibility. The victim wrote the killer's name. It's certainly a logical conclusion. Drat, I just wish it wasn't all rubbed out like that. Of course it's rubbed out. Why, if I were a killer, I certainly wouldn't want to leave my own name behind. Neither would I. Yes, but you have, working eyes. Are they all gonna notice? Yeah, they're gonna notice. No one has anything else to say. About what? So the prosecution accepts this. You agree this was the victim making an attempt to record the name of the killer? And that the killer tried to rub the name out? What's your point? What's my point? Let me ask you this. How did the killer know the victim was writing their name? Well, Mr. Latouche was writing something in blood. Once the killer saw what it was, you're an idiot. Wait. Once he saw what it was? But what did you just testify about the shooter? I said they were blind. Ah, I've been had. Yet the crime scene itself contradicts that. The killer had to have been able to see. Why would they rub out the name in blood otherwise? May I remind the court that the defendant, Machi, whatever his surname is blind. He couldn't have been the shooter. Impossible! Yeah, we got him. My goodness. Whew. Please explain to me what all this means. I mean, looking at this photo, it seems quite clear that the shooter could see. Yet up until now, it seems I owe the court an apology. The Governors are a band with law enforcement ties, yet a murder occurred during our concert. Apparently, this caused some confusion over jurisdiction. As a result, some reports were not filed in an entirely timely manner. I'm not sure I like the vibe I'm getting here. Hey Apollo, look at him. Why is Prosecutor Gavin all relaxed and smiling like that? He has something up his sleeve. 'Cause he's a prick. Like he knows something we don't, and he's about to tell us. Oh yeah. I've got an idea. Let's rock. With these documents. But before that, I have a question for the Frau Lane detective. If I may. What? Tell me. Why do you think that— oh god, he ain't blind, is he? Ah, fuck. Why do you think that Machi is blind? Huh? What did he say? What are you saying? Of course he's blind. Of course? He's the blind pianist, right? So he's— doesn't Lammy lead him around by the hand all the time? No way. I have a report here on the defendant, Machi. According to this, Machi can see perfectly well. Fucking course. Damn it! Oh no! Nothing's going our way. Crap. What? His blindness was merely a publicity ploy by those clever Borginians. He can see quite well. Bollocks! But you said— what did I say exactly? That the killer was blind? Her forehead— not once in the course of this trial have I claimed the defendant was blind. Oh. Bugger off. The only one who did it, or who did, was Frau Lane detective. But that's a significant fact, yes. Consider. Machi sees. And he was the only one who could have fled through the air vent. I see no problems with this. But what about the bullet holes in the wall? Yes, the bullet holes. I believe Herr Forehead neatly explained those for us. He didn't miss because he couldn't see. It was the kickback from the .45 caliber revolver. A simple accident, in other words. How's that? I'm afraid your objection has just flown off for brighter skies. Oh shit. This is where the real fun begins, Herr Forehead. Yarg. I'm a pirate now, it appears. Shit, man. That's baloney. God. No. It never ends. And he didn't have what it took. You jerk. Just what was I here for? Comic relief? Yeah, apologise. Oh, sorry. There's no way to apologise. He's angered the Trucy now. Look out. If we can please end the bickering. Now. Whatever, I'm not leaving. I can't leave like this. I'll come up with some clue to solve in this case if it kills me. But your testimony has already given us enough to convict the defendant. Don't say that. Aha! Aha, what? This bloodstain. The criminal tried to wipe it off, right? Oh! Luminol. Would that help? Would it actually say who it like... Would it say the person's name, even though it was rubbed? That seems to be what happened, yes. We might be able to find out what was really written there. Really? You can do that? That's right, with this. It's called luminol. Maybe you know of it. It's a chemical that reacts to blood. Ah yes. Have we done those tests yet? Ha! This I'm going to tell you. The bloodstains covered a section of the carpet. In order to perform blood tests, that section was removed and submitted. Perhaps we should request it here in court now. Whoa, what the fuck? Right, go for it, Apollo. Huh? I have to do the test? You just have to spray the luminol on it. Simple. A chemical that reacts to blood. I've heard of this somewhere. Yeah, so we'll leave an analysis is called for. Have at it. Right, ready? It's easy as pie. Just touch the screen to spray an area. Here, give it a try. The eyes of the entire court are focused on me. Apollo, your hand's shaking. Let's do this. Ooh, what the fuck? I have no idea what that says. Not at all. IPX. I don't know if that's an S or a 5. 14206. Wow. Oh, it's a 3. It really works. This must be... Wait a minute. That's on the back of something. This must be the power of science. It says... Oh. IPXX 314206. It's on the back of something. So maybe... Was it actually rubbed off? It doesn't look like there was, like, a marking that indicated there was something here, though. What the fuck? To be fair, the only thing it looks like it'd be on the back of is this. Yeah. It looks like it's on the back of the postcard. Postcard? Yeah, postcard. Alright, whatever. Is that the killer's name? Maybe it is... If the killer was a robot. Aha, I have it. So, what is it? I thought those letters IPXX looked familiar. This is an Interpol ID number. Interpol? You mean the International Police Agency? Yes, most are undercover agents working to solve international crimes. But why would he write that number? Why would Mr. Latouze even know a number like that? He was an Interpol agent. Good show, Fraulein Detective. Rock on. Eh? Your Honor, we can verify this number immediately. Darian, are you there? Come up to the witness stand. Whoa. Oh god, okay, good. I like when we see him from the front, because his hair doesn't look quite like a penis. Darian, you heard what we need. Go check into this Interpol ID number. Sure thing, give me 30 minutes. No, give me 27. What? What a random fucking number. I'm not sure what to think of all this. The prosecution's case is airtight, or so it seems. Yet if this number is really that of an Interpol agent, Oh, wait. I know. What if Machi... what if Machi's really an undercover Interpol agent? That would be a possibility. Possibility, yes. And one that would mark him as the killer for certain. Why did Latouze know an Interpol ID number? That's what I want to know. Well, we have some time while we await Darian's report. Let's work on unravelling another mystery, shall we? A curious mystery concerning Machi. Ah, shite. What are you talking about? Fraulein Detective, please accept my apologies. I received word that the defendant could, in fact, see just before the trial began. It seemed too much of a bother to tell you. You had me until that last bit. Does this not raise a rather straightforward question? Well, sure. Why did Machi pretend he couldn't see? Exactly. It makes little sense. What do you think, Hair Forehead? Huh? Me? Machi pretended he was blind. Do you know why? It was like an act. Kind of like why Lammy pretended she couldn't speak English. It was all for show, suspense, mystery, all that kind of shit. How could he know? Wait, Prosecutor Gavin knows why, doesn't he? He's known from the start of the trial. He's been leading us on the whole time. Hmm? Something wrong? Do you think perhaps this is all some kind of game? I know that the moment I heard that report... I knew why. I suppose people who have sold over 1 million records really are something else. What does that have to do with anything? There was a reason why Machi pretended to be blind. But it wasn't for his own sake. Getting the picture now? It wasn't for himself. Well, Mr. Justice, can you present evidence that shows us why the defendant had to feign blindness? I guess. Machi had no reason to pretend he couldn't see. Which means... no, it couldn't be. Good show, Hair Forehead. It seems you've thought of something. Why can't I figure these things out on my own? I hate having to take my cues from this guy. Very well, look at this. This is why he was pretending he couldn't see. So... sightseeing, music. Okay. It's because it's to do with their, duo. I know that. I'm just gonna present this. Unless, did he pretend he was blind because she's the sightseer? In which case that's a... isn't that all just an act, though? That is... Lammy? Lammy and Machi. Recall their relationship. In particular, their unique arrangement over the years before visiting our country. Lammy and her pianist. They would always walk together, she leading him by the hand. Even when they got on stage, she would lead him to the piano. She would walk all the way over there with him. That's right, because he was blind. She led him at all times, never letting him go. All times. Yeah, we have just learned something that makes their arrangement peculiar indeed. Machi could see. Why did they have to keep up this act the whole time? Well, wasn't it part of their, performance? I think there's a simpler explanation. Machi did not need to be led by the hand at all. Oh! Other way around? That can only mean one thing. Really? Really? It was all the other way around. The one who needed to be led by the hand was Lammy. What's this? So you mean to say that Lammy is... she's... Yes, Your Honor. Lammy is blind. What? Oh! Interesting. This is crazy, Prosecutor Gavin. Is it now? Please. Please shed some sanity on this madness. The defense has made an outrageous claim. The only thing outrageous I see about the defense is his vast forehead. What has he got against my forehead? Yeah, I see it is not vast in vain this time. He's quite correct. But that makes no sense. Yeah, wasn't she supposed to be the landscape painter in sound or something? Well, since we have her here... Wait, in which case her testimony from before is entirely out of the window. She did actually mention it's not what she sees, it's like what she hears. Well, you know, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but she said something like that. But yeah, that kind of throws her entire testimony out the window. Considering she said she saw somebody, and it couldn't have been Machi. Oh, fuck. That throws it not in our favour. Why not ask Lammy herself? I believe she is still in the witness waiting room. Apollo, what does this mean for our case? Probably nothing good. Don't ask me, I had no idea she couldn't see. Pardon me. I hadn't even imagined it until now. Oh god. Oh god. I can't stop yawning. Bailiff, bring in Lemmy. Do it. Jeez. Lemmy! It pains me deeply to call you before us again in this way, and yet I must. Please do not be concerned on my behalf. Those eyes, she really can't see? Really? It is true. How funny it is that a tiny lie born in the Borginian countryside would one day grow to entangle the entire world. So you are? Yes, as I mentioned before. I have no memory of the time before I became Lemmy. Know too that my memories began in darkness. The word light has no meaning for Lemmy. I see. You may recall me saying something toward the beginning of this trial. Hair forehead. What's that? I believe I said it was unfortunate this crime had no direct witnesses. Oh, that's fucking vague. Now, Lemmy, I must ask you to stand once more. Will you testify to the court about your eyes? Of course. It was never my intent to deceive any of you. May I begin, Your Honour? Yes, of course. Though I admit, I'm a little lost here. I think we're all a bit lost here, Your Honour. Yeah! So, Lemmy's eyes. I have no memory of the light. I debuted in a world of darkness and sound. My producer came up with my PR line before he knew this. So, silly as it may sound, I had to pretend I could see. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. Wow, that was short. Sheesh. But this is a murder trial. I apologise. It was part of my contract, you see. I was to keep my blindness a secret, no matter what. Music is everything for me. I never imagined something like this would happen. She told us the truth in the beginning. When she said she saw nothing. Ah, yeah. Point. Very well. Does the defense have anything to add? Cross-examination. I'd like to cross-examine. But what is there left to ask? There was one thing in her testimony that bothered me. Perhaps it is best we I'll let you get it out of your system. Someday you'll come to understand the importance of thinking for yourself. Very well. The defense may proceed. However, be aware this court will not tolerate any questions deemed too stressful to the witness. Oh. Okay, there was only one part that bothered me. Just let me ask about that and I'll be happy. Okay, so I'm not allowed to press anything. Aside from the one thing that I should, which is... I know which part it is, thankfully. It basically goes back to when we found Truce. Whatever. I could see... There it is. Everyone on my staff knew, of course, but no others. When you say your staff, do you include Mr. Oh. Twos? Mr. Latouze? Whatever. Of course, he was my manager. So he knew. And that's what's been bugging me. There it is. Something the matter, Mr. Justice? I believe I know what is bothering our young defense attorney. You're thinking of when you discovered the body, yes? Is he right, Apollo? Yeah, I was. He's alive. Mr. Latouze, can you hear me? Cold. Yeah, so cold. Witness. You're cold? Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Wait a minute. Yeah, witness can't see. Yeah, if you literally just ignore what Apollo says and put his words together. He says cold, so cold, witness ... can't see. Who's the witness? Yeah, the witness is Siren. Oh. So he did actually reveal that she was blind then. Mr. Latouze told me to ask the witness and he named you. Why would he do that? He knew you were blind. I don't know. Tisk tisk. What did I just say? You need to learn to think for yourself. Meaning what? There is no mystery here if you recall everything he said. Think of his last words once more. The witness... Siren? No, the witness can't see. We've heard them many times, along with a little play acting by our defense. I remember them well myself, but that statement is not to what I refer. I mean what you said before that. Before? What came before that? Can't see. That's right. He tried to tell you. When he said can't see, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about the witness. I see. Too bad the defense did not. Well, Hair Forehead? Try relaxing and looking at the facts first next time. Oh. Don't we feel foolish? Oh dear. Order, order. Recall Lemmy's earlier testimony. Sheesh, we're just recalling every fucking thing. It was on my way from the stage... Oh, to the backstage exit. There were 2 shots. I couldn't do anything to stop it. But she couldn't have heard those gunshots. I thought we proved that. That is not the most important point here. Hmm? The moment he was shot, Mr. Latouze witnessed her through that window. Why else would he have named her as the witness? But I really did hear them. 2 gunshots. And the man's voice. Unfortunately, such a thing was impossible. The window was closed. We have already run a simulation, of course. But it was so clear, if I heard that voice again, I would know it in an instant. Your Honor. What is it, Bailiff? Can't you see we're in a session here? Or we're in session here? We have the results back from the investigation. The investigation? Ah, the Interpol number that Mr. Latouze left us. Well, let's hear it. We will continue this cross-examination afterward. Detective Crescent, your report, please. I asked Interpol about that number. I'm sure you'll find their answer intriguing. Quick work as always, Darian. Well, tell us about the number. Is the defendant a secret agent? IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Letouze. What? So he was the Interpol agent. Our undercover Interpol agent was Mr. Letouze himself. God, the fucking penis hair's back. He was apparently in the middle of an operation. So when he wrote those letters, he was trying to tell us his own identity, and a cautious killer tried to wipe them away. Mr. Letouze was an undercover Interpol agent? So him being Lammy's manager was just a cover, most likely. There's one other important detail I found. Well, out with it. It concerns that .45 caliber revolver, the murder weapon. Apparently it belonged to Romain Letouze. He had an Interpol permit to carry firearms, and the registration number on the revolver matched. So the victim was killed with his own weapon, which makes sense. It's hard to imagine someone who wasn't an Interpol agent with such a large revolver. So the victim was an Interpol agent on an undercover op. I wonder how that ties into everything. It's weird that Interpol is still still got its grip on the game. I mean, Interpol was in Investigations 2, and now this. Although technically I think the way the story goes is Investigations 2, then Apollo Justice. Yeah, it definitely does. Because from Trials and Tribulations to Apollo Justice, there's a 7-year gap, so... Right, it's got to tie in somehow, you'd think. Yeah, somehow. And so looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honour. I'll be heading out. Bloody hell. I love how every trial has this too. What? Wait. Okay. Lemmy, is something the matter? That voice just now. Oh. Darian? Mr. Darian, is it? It was him. I am sure of it. It was him? You aren't saying... That voice I heard. Talking to Mr. Letouze. When I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian. Is this some kind of a joke? What? Oh no. No way. Do not. The courtroom fell into such a chaotic state, the trial had to be suspended temporarily. I'd never seen that happen before. Of course, it's not every day that you get an accusation like that one. Lammy, finger in Darian Crescent. Not only is he a guitarist, he's a detective. Could it really have been his voice Lammy heard? Things were changing fast, and frankly, I wasn't sure I could keep up with it. Hey, no wimping out now, Apollo. What? You bastards. Good though, because it's been nearly 3 fucking hours. I just wanted to get through the first investigation in the trial, and then I might finish the case next session, but I don't fucking know. It's gonna be a push, because there's 3 things to do, and if they all take an hour, that's 3 hours. They take so long, but I love this game, it's so good. Either way, that is gonna be the end of this session. Thanks so much for watching, I hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, take care.